If you've ever stood at the airport check-in counter and suddenly realized you're not completely sure how many bags you're actually allowed to bring on the plane, you're not alone. Between personal item bags, carry-on bags, and checked luggage, and the fact that every airline seems to have its own set of rules, it's no wonder so many travelers end up paying unexpected fees they never planned for. So in this video, I'm going to cover each of the different bag types you can bring with you on the plane and what their size and weight limits are. And for those of you traveling with little ones, I'm going to cover whether a stroller and diaper bag count towards your bag allowance as well. Let's go.
Dream vacations start here.
Let's start with the personal item because this is the one that confuses most travelers. A personal item is a small bag that is separate from your carry-on and in most cases is completely free to bring on the plane with you. Personal items include things like a purse, a small backpack, a laptop bag, a briefcase, or a camera bag. The key thing to remember is that your personal item must be small enough to fit underneath the seat in front of you. Now, when it comes to the size limit, this does vary between airlines. American Airlines allows a personal item up to 18 by 14 by 8 inches. United Airlines allows 17 by 10 by 9 inches. JetBlue and Alaska Airlines both allow up to 17 by 13 by 8 inches. Delta and Southwest do not publish a specific size, but simply requires that it fits under the seat. With that being said, if you keep your personal item at or under 18 by 14 by 8 inches, it should fit under the seat of just about any major U.S. airline without any issues. Budget airlines and basic fares are where personal item rules matter most. On some low-cost fares, the personal items may be the only bag included for free. If your bag is too large, you may need to pay for a carry-on or checked bag. Frontier is a good example of a strict personal item policy.
Frontier lists a personal item limit of 18 by 14 by 8 inches, including handles, wheels, and straps.
To avoid surprise fees, make sure your personal item fits within the airline size limit, can slide under the seat, is not overpacked, does not bulge beyond the listed dimensions, and can fit in the airline's bag sizer if needed. I use this backpack as my personal item, which meets the personal size dimensions even with Frontier, and it's very reasonably priced, good quality, and comes in a lot of different colors. I'll post a link to it in the description if you're interested in getting one for yourself. Now for your carry-on bag, most major U.S. airlines follow a standard carry-on size limit of 22 by 14 by 9 inches. And this measurement includes the wheels and handles of your bag. This applies to American Airlines, Delta, United, JetBlue, and Alaska Airlines. Southwest and Frontier allows a larger size carry-on with their size limit being 24 by 16 by 10 inches. When it comes to the weight of your carry-on, most major U.S. airlines do not have a published weight limit. So as long as your bag fits in the overhead bin and you can lift it yourself, you are generally fine, but more on this in a minute. Now, one question I get asked a lot about is if I have both a carry-on and personal item, what should go in each one? A good rule of thumb is to keep the things you'll need during your flight in your personal item. Things like your phone, charger, headphones, snacks, or any medication you might need. Your carry-on should hold the larger items like your clothing and toiletries that you won't need until you land. This way, once your carry-on is stored in the overhead bin, everything you need for the flight is still accessible right under the seat in front of you. Now, if you're planning to check a bag, the standard size limit for a checked bag is 62 linear inches. That means the total of your bag's height, width, and depth combined cannot exceed 62 inches. And that measurement includes the wheels and handles. The standard weight limit is 50 pounds for most U.S. airlines. If your bag goes over either the size or weight limit, you will be charged an oversized or overweight baggage fee, and these fees are not cheap. I've actually done some of the research for you on this.
American Airlines charges between $30 and $200 for oversized bags over 62 linear inches and overweight bags over 50 pounds. Delta charges $200 for both oversized and overweight bags. United Airlines charges anywhere between $100 and $400 depending on the destination for oversized and overweight bags. And Southwest charges up to $200 plus the standard checked bag luggage fee for oversized and overweight luggage.
With that being said, one of the best investments you can make before any trip is a simple luggage scale like this one. You can pick one up for around $10 or $15 and it will save you from any surprises at the check-in counter. I have one linked in the video description if you'd like to pick one up for yourself. Now this is where things get a little more complicated, and this is especially important if you're flying on a budget airline. On Frontier Airlines, your personal item is free as long as it fits under the seat within their size guidelines. However, your carry-on bag is not free on Frontier. Bringing a bag into the overhead bin will cost you extra, and the fee is cheaper the earlier you pay for it, ideally when you first book your ticket. If you wait until you get to the gate, that is when you'll pay the highest price. Now, if you're traveling to Europe on a budget airline like Ryanair, the rules are even stricter.
Ryanair only allows one personal item at no extra charge, and it must fit within 40 by 30 by 20 centimeters, which is roughly 15.7 by 7.8 by 9.8 inches. Any bag larger than that will require you to purchase a priority fare or pay a bag fee that can range from 10 to 69 euros depending on when you purchase it. So if you're flying on a budget airline, I would strongly recommend checking their specific bag policy on their website before you head to the airport. Now, for those of you traveling with young children, this next section is especially important because there are two items that a lot of parents don't realize may not count toward their bag allowance at all. Let's start with strollers. On virtually every major U.S. airline, you're allowed to bring one stroller per ticketed child completely free of charge. And the great news is that for most strollers, you do not need to check it at the ticket counter. The ones that would need to be checked at the counter would be the stroller wagons, double strollers, non-collapsible, or oversized strollers. But for the normal size strollers, airlines allow you to bring the stroller all the way to the gate and have it gate checked for free, meaning it gets placed in the cargo hold right before you board and returned to you on the jet bridge as soon as you get off the plane. So you don't have to carry your child throughout the entire airport. Now, your stroller will also have to go through airport security. The TSA states that strollers, umbrella strollers, baby carriers, car seats, and similar items need to be screened by X-ray machine when possible. If the stroller does not fit through the X-ray machine, a TSA officer may inspect it manually. Before you reach the conveyor belt, remove loose items from the stroller, including toys, blankets, snack cups, diaper bags, water bottles, stroller hooks, and any small bags underneath. This makes screening faster and reduces the chance of losing something at the checkpoint. The best stroller for flying is usually not your biggest everyday stroller, it's the lightweight compact stroller that folds quickly and is easy to carry. Now for diaper bags. On most U.S. airlines, a diaper bag does not count as a carry-on when you're traveling with an infant or young child. It is usually treated as an additional baby item, separate from your carry-on bag and personal item. That means many parents can board with 3 items: a carry-on, a personal item, and a diaper bag. The exception is that budget airlines and some international carriers may have stricter rules. Now, a diaper bag is usually treated as an extra item because you're traveling with a baby or child who needs the contents inside. But if you bring a diaper bag without a child, airline staff may treat it as a personal item or carry-on bag. Your diaper bag should be reasonable and easy to store under the seat or in the overhead bin. A normal backpack style, a tote diaper bag, or a compact travel diaper bag should be fine on most airlines. So what can you pack in a diaper bag? You can pack most baby travel essentials in a diaper bag, such as diapers, wipes, diaper cream, formula, breast milk, baby bottles, baby food, snacks, clothing, toys, and pacifiers, just to name a few. If you're going to be bringing any liquid items in the diaper bag, you'll just need to declare them to the TSA officer before you send your bag through the X-ray scanner. So if you are traveling with a little one, I would strongly recommend checking the specific diaper bag policy for your airline before you get to the airport, because the rules do vary. Budget airlines tend to be much stricter, and a quick call to the airline or a visit to their website can save you from an unexpected fee at the gate. Now, before we wrap up, there are a few other items worth knowing about that most airlines do not count towards your bag allowance. In most cases, a coat or jacket, an umbrella, an FAA-approved mobility aid, a breast pump, and any items you purchase inside the airport after going through security will not count as one of your bags. So if you pick up a shopping bag or a bag of food inside the terminal, you don't need to worry about squeezing it into your carry-on. But again, budget airlines may be more strict about this. If you have any questions about what you're allowed to bring on a plane, or if you're not sure about the rules for a specific airline, feel free to post those down in the comments section. And if you want to know what items the TSA is currently flagging through the security checkpoint, make sure to check out this video next. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I wish you safe travels.